Microsoft and Sony had a sit down where Microsoft will make them an offer they can't refuse. Yeah, looks like that's actually something that's kind of happening. And Microsoft, listen, Microsoft knows what they're doing. You don't become a $1 trillion company without having some kind of idea on what makes what work in the industry and in a lot of industries, right? You've got to made a lot of friends, and you've probably made a lot of enemies. But at the end of the day, the positives that we're seeing right now and this announcement seems like it has everything on track for Xbox and Xbox owners. And this is an exciting thing to talk about. Obviously, heading into the holidays, everybody's excited for, what they're going to get, and everybody's excited for the future of these consoles, because I remember very distinctly, that back when the PlayStation 4 launched with nothing in terms of software, while Xbox One launched with a ton of pretty decent software, especially that first couple of years for Xbox One was phenomenal. And the PlayStation fans attacked me for calling out Sony for the lack of games, and they told me that you buy a console for the prospect of the future, because you believe that they're going to deliver. Now, that's a funny thing looking at how things are kind of going now, because so many people are buying Xboxes for the prospect of the future. Clearly not for this year, because this year was dreadful in terms of what they were actually able to produce and get in fans' hands. But obviously, the past is the past, and they aren't going to be like that forever with 16 current first-party games already announced and probably 30 more in development. So it's always going to be, what have you done lately, and people want to see, but then there'll always be some other reason to hate on it. There will literally always be something, so prepare for that. I do want to get into this though. Let's go ahead and get started. What's up, everybody? I'm Crap Gamer, and this is Crap Gamer Reviews, back with another video. Thank you so much for checking it out. I really do appreciate it. Please like the video, as it helps out tremendously. I'm looking to get 100 likes on each of the videos, and it would be absolutely incredible if you could make that happen for me, especially around the holidays. Please, sir, may I have another? Just trying to get some likes. I know probably won't happen, but why not go ahead and wish for it anyway? I'll wish in one hand and take a dump in the other, and we'll see which piles up faster, shall we? I'm going to guarantee I get much more dump in my hand than likes or wishes. So yeah, anyway, Microsoft apparently held meetings with Sony last week to discuss the Activision Blizzard deal, as the FTC is expected to make a decision soon. The latest update in the ongoing Activision Blizzard saga has arrived this week, and it looks like there's an outlet reporting that Microsoft and Sony, quote-unquote, held meetings or had a sit-down to discuss the acquisition this past weekend. The reports mentioned that Microsoft is working to give assurances to Sony that it will allow Activision games to be played on PlayStation console. And this aligns with Microsoft's recent claim that it has offered Sony a 10-year commitment to keep Call of Duty on PlayStation, although Sony has yet to respond to this publicly. Now, in addition to the report, it gives an update on the status of the FTC's, which is the Federal Trade Commission in the U.S., with suggesting that the FTC was likely to file a lawsuit against the deal. But according to this, a decision is expected to be made in January, although a staff recommendation by the FTC on the deal is expected by mid-December. Supposedly, there's a closed deal commission meeting taking place at the agency next Thursday, and some traders have speculated that it could be related to the Microsoft Activision Blizzard deal. There's still clearly a long way to go with the acquisition, especially considering the FTC, CMA, and European Commission all remain and all have concerns going forward. But here's hoping we'll be able to get the resolution in the first half of the next year from an Xbox perspective. And we definitely want to see all these games on Game Pass. Let's just be real about that. I think, like so many people, I think mostly PlayStation fans are like, well, what's the point? I mean, how's that change anything than what you have right now? My response has always been the same. Everything changes because you have these games going into Game Pass, and to be quite honest with you, that opens up a whole new door for everything, right? Like literally everything opens up for this, and us as fans are the ones that get the positive treatment from this, and that's, I think, what it all comes down to. I think sometimes, like, some of the Sony fanboys forget that people like Game Pass, people on Xbox like Game Pass. Being able to play the entire Activision library in Game Pass like you can with like the Bethesda stuff. That's going to be huge. That's going to be absolutely insane to think what Microsoft is capable of here. And listen, we're going to continue to see more and more games. Obviously, like there's a new Diablo coming next year. That'd be in Game Pass. When Call of Duties are day one in Game Pass. All that stuff, whatever they decide to bring back, whether it be Crash, Bandicoot, Spyro, whatever it is, they need to do it. And that's the exciting part about this. That's why everybody, wants to see Xbox kind of do so well. And I know PlayStation fans don't want to see that, but at the end of the day, everybody else does. Nobody wants to see people in the industry fail. Like, we can't have Nintendo, Microsoft, or Sony fail. They've got to continue to push things forward. And according to this anyway, the staff recommendation is expected by mid-December, so the FTC is then expected to make a final decision in January, according to this, which cites familiar sources. Microsoft is said to be working to give assurances to Sony that it will allow Activision games to be played on PlayStation, and like I said, they're holding kind of a terms meeting or sit down. This comes after Politico reported last Wednesday that the FTC is likely to file an antitrust suit to block the deal. On Monday's report, Reuters reported that Microsoft is likely to soon offer the European Union concessions in order to dismiss objections to its deal as well. The reporter also is reporting some other good things, which again, I think like this stuff is kind of important. This also comes after the FTC calendar item from late Tuesday indicated a closed door commission meeting at the agency is scheduled for next week, with some traders speculating it may be related to Activision, as Activision shares ticked down to 0.6%. Sony was reported to have met with Europe's antitrust regulators about the proposed transaction in September, and Microsoft responded to that opposition with complaints in October. So we see a little bit of back and forth there. I think obviously, Microsoft just wants to be able to do their thing, and hopefully that's what they're able to do. Obviously, it's going to be one of those things that I'm excited for, and I think everybody else should be as well. Listen, I'm not a cloud fan. I'm not any of that, but they will have all that stuff, all the Activision stuff, man, is going to be available to people that have good internet that want to play games like that. And I think that's going to be exactly what we're going to see, and very, very soon. With that being said, you fine folks, please leave a like on the video, subscribe if you haven't already done so, and thank you so much for checking out one of my videos. Have a great day. Rack 'em up, fact 'em up, crap gamer 'em up. Thanks for watching. Crap Gamer out.